What's going on, guys? Omegatech here, coach of the Tampa Infernapes, and I'm bringing you my Week 1 recap in PSBL against the Iowa State Tornadus, I believe. And I'm going to just do a quick team reveal of what I brought and then show you the match. So, looking at my opponent's team, V creates, he has kind of threatening Mega Salamence. He has Ninetales with Aurora Veil, and he has Tyranitar, which threatens my Arceus Ghost. And he also has web supports for the Kartana and for the Mence. And for pretty much the Nidoking too, for Alligator, all his threats. So, going into this match, I knew Terrakion was going to be really big for me. As you can see, he doesn't really have a good switch in for it. So, I decided to go with a Rock Polish set. Rocky MZ for the big-headed Z move, if in case I get it intimidated. And then Rock Polish to outspeed everything and to sweep. Stone Edge, close combat for stab. HP Fire is really only there for if he tries to intimidate swap with Salamence. Let's say he tries to get 2 intimidates on me and he brings in Kartana, I can still KO with the HP Fire. As that's really the only thing stopping my sweep if he intimidates swaps, but I'm not really worried about that. It was just a filler move that I decided to put on there. I don't expect to be clicking it that much. But Terrakion is one of my win conditions on this team. Another win condition is possibly Scarf Greninja. He does not really have a good ice switch in, as you can see, because I know for a fact he's going to bring Mence. And this is good pivot against him. Low kick for the Tyranitar in case he wants to stay in. Hydro Pump for stab, and U-turn for pivot. And Scarf because with these speedy Vs, if he sets up a Dragon Dance with Mega Salamence, I'll still outspeed him and go for the Edge Beam. That's really why I wanted to bring Scarf Greninja. Arceus Ghost, who's a really big threat for his team. Enough bulk investment so I can live a Tyranitar Crunch after 2 Sandstorm hits and rocks. And so, very specific, but I definitely think he's going to bring Tyranitar. If not, I could just spam Ghost moves on his team. So this thing really is just for clicking Judgment, Ice Beam if the Mega Mence is in. I have enough speed to outspeed Mega Mence, or I think it's a speed tie actually. So I just wanted to speed tie with it, and it cannot KO me with anything. And once the Tyranitar is in, I will have the Brick Break for that. Also, the Brick Break is for Lonely Ninetales' Aurora Veil, as I'm pretty sure he's bringing that too. And yeah, so that's Arceus Ghost. This is the Scarf Heatran that I'm bringing. He really doesn't have good switch-ins for Heatran either. The only thing I'm not sure about is the Scarf. I really didn't know what item to put on it, but decided Scarf in case he stays in on it with me on a Nidoqueen or a Fast Arcanine or a Medicham or something, and I could get a surprise KO. We'll see how that works out. Seismitoad is a must-bring this week because I don't have that much for Alligator, and so I just wanted to bring Water Absorb, physically defensive. This is also my switch into Tyranitar. I brought Figgy Berry as I'm really not suspecting that Seismitoad is going to take that many hits, so this is in case I take 2 Tyranitar Crunches and some Stealth Rock hits, and it'll get back up to about 70%. And then Megaladios, because I need a defog just in case he brings webs. I needed some switch-ins to his Nidoking and some of his Mons. And Psychic for stab. And I really didn't need anything else because I know he's going to probably switch Tyranitar into this thing. So I have Toxic for that, and then I have Seismitoad as switching, and then Roost and Defog for getting rid of hazards and longevity. Alright. Let us go to the replay here. Kind of what I expected him to bring, although I didn't really prep that hard for the Rabombi. I just had Latios with Defog. I really just prepped for the Ments, the Ninetales, and then Tyranitar the most. And so, this is how the game went. I start out with Greninja because I want to get some pivot on. He starts off with Rabombi as I just U-turn out and go into my Defogger immediately. As he just does just that. He goes for Moonblast. That really does not do that much because of my bulk investment. I just go for Defog. Now right here, I could have gone for Psychic, but I don't know. It's this turn right here. So he Stun Spores me. That's really surprising. I didn't expect the Stun Spore, which is going to be really annoying. So right here, when he set up the webs again, I figured he was a possibility that he could go to T-Tar, so I just went for Toxic instead of Psychic. As he sets up the webs again, he just U-turns to Tyranitar. I try to get off the Defog, but I'm paralyzed, so this is really bad because if the webs are up on my side, it'll be easier for Salamence to do a lot of damage. Like Scarf Greninja can't outspeed it with a single D-Dance anymore and stuff like that. So I didn't really expect this Rabombi to stay around that much, but as you'll see later, it'll become really annoying. As I go to Seismitoad as my Tyranitar check. As I just set up the rocks, he's going to be getting out, fearing the water move. He goes into Rabombi right here. As I go for the Icy Wind, I figured he would either Stun Spore me or just U-turn out, and I just wanted to get the speed drop on whatever comes in to see if see what's going on. As he goes into Rotom right here, which is a little odd, but I just go into Heatran because I can take whatever Rotom wants to go for. As he goes for the Defog, which is really nice, I really didn't want Sticky Webs up this early. Even if he gets rid of the rocks, I could just set them up again, so that was great. I really like that Defog. So he goes into Tyranitar. I probably should have went for the Flash Cannon here, as I was fearing he would go into something else, but I didn't. Yeah, I think Flash Cannon was the better play, but that's fine. I just go into my Tyranitar check as he sets up the rocks, as I'm going to set up the rocks, and then he goes into Kartana. And right here, I plan on seeing what type of Kartana he is. I didn't think Latios would really live, so I was like half stacking it because he got rid of his own Sticky Web. As he goes for the Sacred Sword, and that does a lot of damage, 30%. And I calc that, and I believe he was banded, Adamant banded, I think. And so, since he's locked into the fighting move, I can go into my Arceus as he makes a really good play and goes into T-Tar. This is what I want. Brick Break can KO from this range, and so I'm just going to go for the Brick Break as he reveals the Chapel Berry. I figured he would have something like that, but I can live the crunch anyway because I'm EV to do so, as I just go for another Brick Break to take him out. As if he were to switch into anything else, I could have just switched up moves because I'm so fast. But him going into Rotom right here pretty much locks it in that he's Scarfed. And so predicting him to knock me out, I'm just going to sack Latios, which is bad because it was paralyzed and I couldn't really recover it on anything, but his possibility is set up webs again, as I don't want to let him do that, so I can go into my Greninja, the only thing that outspeeds this Rabombi, and try to go for the Ice Beam as he goes into Ninetales right here. So switching out, I wanted to go into Arceus just in case he set up the Aurora Veil right there. I don't want the Aurora Veil going up, and I was willing to sack Arceus just to Brick Break the Aurora Veil and then go into Heatran the turn after that. If he did set up the Aurora Veil, I would have Brick Breaked, he would knock me out. I went into Heatran, probably go for the Flash Cannon, and he wouldn't have been able to go back into Rabombi. So, in that case, it was good that this was happening, but as you'll see later, Rabombi will set up the webs again, and it'll be a really pain in my ass. But he just goes for the Defog here instead of the knockout, and I was really surprised because I just go for the recover just in case something weird happens, but he just lets me knock him out right here. I probably should have went for the recover again, but after sitting in and going for Defog, I figured he'd switch out because he was locked in, but he decides to sack this thing. I should have probably went for another recover, but that's alright. This is a free opportunity for him to go for Sticky Webs again. Surprising that he went for Stun Spore right here, because I could have just knocked him out, but it works out for him because I clicked recover. I didn't want to be really low against Mega Salamence. But he goes into Ninetales, he sets up the Veil right now, and it's really annoying for me. I'm going to have to break that later. But he goes for the Blizzard right here. I know I can take one with my Figgy Berry. Just in case he wants to switch out, because I figured since he has the Veil, he wouldn't want to stay in with Ninetales anymore, and he would either sack this or just go into Salamence and start setting up. So just keeping him honest, I just go for the Icy Wind just so he can have that in the back of his mind. As next turn, I can set up my rocks. I go into Heatran because I see his moveset being Veil, Blizzard, and Moonblast, and Heatran doesn't touch that. So right here, I double out just in case he has Hidden Power Ground, but really I just wanted to get in Arceus for the Brick Break, as he ends up having Hidden Power Ground. I didn't really predict that. I was half predicting it, like it was in the back of my mind, but I just wanted to switch into Heatran and then switch into Arceus so he can go for the Brick Break after that, as that's what I'm going to do. Snow or Hail isn't up anymore. I just go for the Brick Break, and I believe I go for the Brick Break again. No. Yeah, I just recover here, try to get as much HP as possible, and then I see that the Hail isn't up anymore, so there's no reason for me to just stay in and try to go for the Brick Break and try to break through Paralysis, so I just go safely into Seismitoad, knock it out, and I calc it. I know Terrakion can live a Moonblast, as it does, and I will just go for the Rock Polish right here. Even though Sticky Webs is up, and that's really annoying, this was really my only shot to win this game, as since Sticky Web was permanently up, Mega Mence had a really good chance to sweep me. But in this scenario, I knew I would Moonblast, and that should be game from there, as I just go for the Z move here on Salamence. So good game to V Creates. Next week, we are 1-0, and we'll have to figure out who I'm battling next week. But that was a good game. It was really scary at the end, even though it was a 4-0. Without Terrakion, I probably wouldn't have won this game, just from Webs being up. But yeah, later guys.